Hi everyone, Atul this side. Hello,
Hello, sir.
I'm audible?
Yeah, hi Atul. You are audible.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Hi, how are
You are
you?
audible.
वेबिनार है अभी क्लास बीच में भी नहीं है लगता है कि 11 बजे के बाद
everyone.
Guys, before
Good
we start
morning.
the class, hi Arvind, how are you?
Good, good. Thank you.
Thank you. So just Gaurav is not here, so I just came here to start the session. So hi all, welcome to Networkings, and we'll be starting the new SD-WAN live batch. And this is going to be Saturday, Sunday?
Yes.
Saturday, Sunday, 11 a.m. And Arvinder is going to take the badge. And before we get into this, like when you will be getting the lab access, so make sure once you complete the lab, you have to stop the devices because all of you will be on the shared server so that you will not go for the dedicated servers because dedicated servers are too costly for SD-WAN. So we have reduced the pricing of these SD-WAN live batches so that most of the people will take the benefit. Okay, so just a request for everyone, and we will try to create slots also. Even though it's a limited lab access till the time you are taking the live batches, but still we want you to keep a slot like 4 hours, 5 hours daily. So just my team will get back to you at what time you'll be going to do a lab. Okay, so if you will be doing on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday to Friday at whatever time, so that means not everyone will start the devices, and rest Arvinder will share all the details. Okay, so over to you, Arvinder. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Atul. And let me first of all welcome all of you for the first SD-WAN live session. Right. And I'll be sharing my screen so that we'll get to know what exactly we are going to learn over here within the SD-WAN session, right? So here we go, right? So you can see now my name here. I'm Arvinder Kaur. And now it's almost going to be 2 years associated with networkings and delivering a lot of other technologies as well, along with the SD-WAN. So a lot of Cisco technologies specifically, if I say, right? And as far as if I talk about my experience, I'm holding around 17 years of experience into the industry. So all into what? Some set of technical delivery and some set of consulting work. Right? Anything else, if you guys would like to know about me, please tell me before I start with you guys. You guys are open to talk to me. No questions, nothing?
Hi. Yes.
Hi.
My name is Salman. So I just wanted to know what are the certifications you have done in your career?
Okay, so as far as if I talk about my certification, so this is little older slide where I was having around 15 plus years of experience. But as I told you that now it's 2 years, so it's 17 plus years of experience. And these are the certification which I hold for specifically for Cisco and one certification for Juniper. That's there.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm a Cisco certified system instructor. Great. Anything else, guys? Okay, perfect. So I'll come back onto this particular part and I would like you guys to tell me what is your total experience, in which technology you guys are working in, right? That's it. These two things I would be looking from you so that I can judge from where exactly I need to start with this SD-WAN program. Is it okay? So that I get to know either I need to jump into base, or I can even though let you know some basic things and I can move quickly, right?
Okay.
Is it fine? So I'll yes, please.
Yeah, my name is Rahul Maji, and I am working network engineer in Capgemini. Okay. So I have total 7 years of experience that is routing and switching.
Okay. And what exactly is your purpose to join this class?
Actually, now so many company they want to SD-WAN. Okay, because their traditional MPLS is going on, so now they are converted to SD-WAN, right? So that's why, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for telling me. And guys, we get to know here one thing from the Rahul, that there is a traditional network and as well as there is a SD-WAN network. So traditional network is migrating to SD-WAN network. So thank you, Rahul. And let's now move from the move to Abhijit.
Arvinder, Abhijit is from my team only.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. So let's move to Abhinav. Abhinav? Okay, let me move to Aswin. Aswin, can you hear me? No, so let's move to Raju.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, actually I have like 10 plus years of experience in IT industry, like switching, routing and firewall, like 48 firewalls. So everybody moving to SD-WAN, like traditional network, we have like MPLS and BGP. So everybody moving to SD-WAN. So just I want to learn and improve my career in SD-WAN technology, so I can get better opportunity in the future. So that's what I like to join the networkings, because already I'm a student of Atul sir. Like I have done my CCNA with Atul sir, like 2-3 years back. Yeah.
So good to know that, right? And the other thing is what? If you look at it, what here we are going to learn Cisco SD-WAN. And as far as if I talked about your skills, you talked about Fortinet, right?
Yes.
The firewall, right?
Yes.
So the Fortinet firewall, or as a vendor, the Fortinet is also having the SD-WAN. So we'll talk about what are the vendors available in the market? Those they are migrating their devices to SD-WAN. That's the second thing we get to know. Thank you, Raju, for that. So I'm moving now to Deepak. Deepak, are you there? Deepak Vidyarthi. Okay, so let's move now to Devendra Kumar. Devendra Kumar, can you hear me? Okay, let's move to Jitendra. Hi, Jitendra.
Hello. Hi. Hello. Good morning to all of you. Actually, I'm working as a server engineer, and we get tasks about networking as well. So I want to learn this technology as well. That's why I'm joining these classes.
So do you have basic experience of network?
Yeah. I have worked on this firewall as well, Sonic Wall and all that. And we are currently working on the Palo Alto, and we are just implementing this SD-WAN on that. So that's why just I want to know about the technology. And
Okay,
even
so
I am also the old student of the Atul sir, so I have done this CCNA as well from Atul sir.
okay, that's good. Perfect, Jitendra. So guys, we get to know another vendor of SD-WAN, that is what the Palo Alto, right? So one vendor Cisco, Fortinet, and the third vendor is what? Palo Alto. So let me now move to the next candidate, Samuel. Yes, Samuel. So Anand, are you speaking? Okay. So Samuel, I can't hear you. Okay, so let me now move to the another candidate who is unmuted, Tuasri. Tuasri, are you interested to talk to us? Okay, no where's Ramakrishna. Ramakrishnan?
Guys, see why we just ask you about your profile and all, so that the instructor will come to know about the exact audience in the batch, and then the trainer or instructor is going to train you according to the requirements of your company. Okay, maybe we can tweak some changes in the SD-WAN. That's why Arvinder is asking you to speak up.
Yeah, hi Arvinder.
Hello, thank you for coming up and thank you, Atul, for sharing that. Yes, Ramakrishnan, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I joined a bit late. What was the question?
The question was that you need to tell me about your skills, what you are doing, and why you would like to learn SD-WAN.
Yeah, actually, I have experience in routing and switching. So almost I completed 10 years experience. Then I joined a company here where I need to work on Silver Peak SD-WAN. So I'm looking for Silver Peak training, which I'm not getting. So I thought like I will learn Cisco SD-WAN, then I will convert myself to Silver Peak. I will correlate and see and learn Silver Peak.
Very good. So guys, thank you, Ramakrishnan. We get to know another vendor, that is what Silver Peak, right? So Palo Alto, Fortinet, Silver Peak, and Cisco, right? That's good. Fine. Thank you, Ramakrishnan. So let me now move to another candidate here in the list, or maybe voluntary, anybody else would like to come? Saurabh.
Myself,
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am, and good morning, boss. एक्चुअली मैंने पहले भी आपसे SD-WAN कर रखा है, कंप्लीट हो चुका था, बट इस बार मेरे को एग्जाम देना था, तो इसलिए रीजॉइन करने की प्लानिंग.
Okay, Saurabh. So how was your experience with the previous SD-WAN session?
Yeah, it is too good, and मेरा इस बार एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन है. मैं अभी फिलहाल टेट वर्कमैन टेक इंजीनियर एज ए वर्क कर रहा हूँ, एज ए 3-year experience.
Okay, good. So you are going to revisit the topics.
Yes. Revisit the topics and Palo Alto on Fortinet networking se completed.
Okay, good. Thank you, Saurabh. Please be regular in the class.
Okay.
Okay. So let me now move to another candidate. Who would like to come in?
Hi, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ashok.
This is Seshu, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, Sishu.
Good morning. Ma'am, actually, I'm working in Dubai as a IT consultant, and I have a 14 years plus experience. I'm a dual CCIE. And my concern is that nowadays, most of the people, they're moving from the on-premise to the cloud. So,
Right.
so a lot of people in Dubai, especially, they are moving their SD-WAN architecture, everything in the cloud. So before I have done the course with the SD-WAN with other institute, but I was not happy because maybe my skills is not sufficient to understand the technology. That is one. And second thing is that now they didn't explain about what is cloud, how SD-WAN is going to work and all. So now I want to focus like how SD-WAN is going to work, how we are going to deploy it in case if it's a cloud environment, and how it's going to communicate with on-premise devices. So this is what I want to focus.
Okay, thank you, Shishu, for sharing your expectations. So guys, you can see that he is also revisiting the program, right? So when he is revisiting, so he knows exactly what he has to learn. So that will give us a lot of benefit during the class, right? So you will be also getting the market demand. Moving ahead now, Ashok.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Yes, please. Yes, please. You would like to say something?
No, madam, it's okay. Fine. Thank you.
It's okay. Okay. So let me now move to Shankar Ravi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hi. So this is Funny here. So I have been working in networking field for almost 10 years. So I have been done my CCNP in enterprise routing and all those things in 2020 like that. And right now I was working with Cisco India. So basically, I used to be in the enterprise routing and switching and the campus design like vertical. But yeah, recently I was being moved on to the software solutions verticals. Like mainly we focus on delivering the access and AC. So it was, I worked in
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I
Ashok,
think
go ahead.
Ashok, somebody, please mute it, ma'am, if unknown people.
So I've muted others. Please, please. Ashok, go ahead.
It was Shankar.
hello,
Yes, 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 Shankar.
audible.
Yes, yes, audible.
Okay, so I think you heard me before, or
Yes, I've heard you before.
so yeah, so that's what, like I was been working on Viptela very early in 2018, 19, and that area I worked on it. I know a little bit about deploying, adding VHS, bringing down the devices and adding the templates, all those. I know just how to implement it. I'm not too good with the technology. Like, see, I can't give a solution, but if you give me a edge, I can deploy it and I can push the template, I can create it. I don't know much about the technology, like what I can help my customers to do new with SD-WAN. So my focus area I was coming here because I have to deal going further with my customers on software solutions like SD access, like Catalyst controller, Catalyst SD-WAN, and ACI. So I just
Okay.
in the next 3 months I'll be moving out into that vertical. So I want to brush up the things. I try to do with my expertise, reading out, looking at some videos. I have a lot of access to our internal content in the Cisco itself. But still, I feel I need to talk with an expert while checking out some things because I'm not sure why it was only happening in that way, or why I'm not sure why it was only done in that way. So I need an expert to just guide me in the past in the pathway. So we came to this. I'm not new to networking. Also, I have actually did my CCIE. I was how to do CCIE. I enrolled it, but due to some changes in the last year in the examination pattern and everything, we hold it up that. So again, I approached networking if they are conducting any batches for SD-WAN and ACI and SD access. So that they said there's an SD-WAN going on from this week. So I just came in.
Okay, thank you, Shankar, for sharing your experience that you also going to visit Viptela solution once again, right? So good that I get to know that what exactly you're expecting from the session. So from a lot of candidates, I get to know that what exactly is your expectation. So rest of the expectations, maybe during the sessions, I'll get to know, right? Shall I start with what exactly we are going to cover in the session? Shall I start with, in case if you guys permit me?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yes,
Yes,
please.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Arvind, just I want to show just one thing, that is the roadmap. If you allow me.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Atul. You may. I can stop sharing. You can share your screen.
Yeah, thank you. See guys, this is the roadmap if anybody wants to know when they can learn SD-WAN. Okay, so we recommend, so this is the recommendation. It is not the hard rule that you have to go with this process, but we recommend students to go for CCNA at least. Okay, and if CCNP is there, it is good because you are going to work on some protocols like OSPF, BGP, and SD-WAN, and there are some different protocols of SD-WAN also like OMP and Lisp and all. So you will get to know a lot of OSPF, BGP, MPLS stuff in the CCNP, and here it is like you can do separate like both together also. Like we have combo of SD-WAN and Palo Alto also. So whether you if you learn Palo Alto, it is like you will learn some security topics also. So it is advised to learn Palo Alto and SD-WAN together because a lot of companies are asking about the firewall technologies in their jobs. Okay, so if you only go with CCNA, CCNP, SD-WAN, so might be they will ask you some security questions regarding how the IPsec works or how the IP packet flows in IPsec tunnel and all. So that you get to know in the Palo Alto firewall. Okay, and these are some additional add-ons, like people can go for CCNP security or maybe data center. Instead of Palo Alto, you can go and join Checkpoint or maybe FortiGate. So we have a lot of technologies, and the future is all about cloud security. So why SD-WAN is important today? Because in cloud security, because cloud security is in demand. And once you complete SD-WAN, so after that you can learn about Azure 104, which is cloud administrator, then cloud security, which is Azure 500, and then cloud network specialist, which is Azure 700. So once you learn SD-WAN, then after learning these courses, you can deploy Palo Alto firewall, SD-WAN, everything in the cloud. Because most of the companies are moving to cloud, there we manage. What Arvinder is going to tell you, that we manage device, mostly companies are deploying in the cloud. So some, even if they have redundancy, okay, so they manage their, we manage from AWS also, Azure also. So it is like multi-cloud architecture is also there in the market. But yes, there is a step-by-step procedure to become a cloud or cloud network security engineer. So we have all the technologies under one roof. You can get into further things. So once you complete cloud security, so people ask about the DevOps thing. Okay, so you can be a DevOps engineer after cloud security. So in the DevOps, like you learn about Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, all these things. So because cloud security is managing the security and DevOps is like managing the whole cloud infrastructure. So a lot of people who have done cloud security from us, they are learning DevOps. And after DevOps, they are learning the network automation like CCNA, CCNP DevNet also. Okay, so it's a complete roadmap. And there is a profile called DevSecOps engineer also, where people learn about some cyber security. And after that, they can get into DevSecOps also. So we have already created roadmaps. You can get these roadmaps on our website. I'll share this link. Okay. So you can always download these roadmaps and follow this. Okay. So yeah. So Arvinder, after the class, I'll share the link so you can start the session. Thank you.
So thank you, Atul. So let me share my screen back with you guys, and I'm back over here, right? So one of the candidates, Saurabh, he is already there now in this session who has already attended the training with me. And there are two candidates which I get to know from you guys. Those they have already completed the SD-WAN from the market, right? And one of you is already worked on web tailor devices, right? So we will see what exactly is the agenda for us, which we'll be covering during the session. So when we are talking about the SD-WAN course is divided into two parts. One is SD-WAN basics, another one is SD-WAN advanced. So if I jump to the slides, and here if I come on to the agenda part, so I hope this agenda part is visible to you guys. Tell me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, okay, perfect then. In case if it is visible, so you can see that be it is the basic or be it is the SD-WAN advanced, everything is come together here on one particular page, right? So we will be talking about as a major topics, right? So when I say major topics, it means there are main topics available inside it. As a major topic, the first topic which we have it, that is the SD-WAN solution and its components. So this is the main thing where we will be understanding the entire technology, right? Now, before understanding this entire technology, I always recommend to my participants that you should know few more things onto which this technology is actually lying on. So what is that? That is what the basic or traditional network. I know that I have gone through with some of you their skills, right? So you guys are very experts into traditional network, right? But still will have a just overview of traditional network, right? So we'll just, maybe you can say that we'll spend 10 to 15 minutes and we'll have a traditional network overview. So that's the first thing which I recommended to my candidate before we jump into the SD-WAN solution, so that you will be able to compare it, that what was there in traditional and how we are talking about the SD-WAN solution and its component, right? Then once we get to know about traditional network overview, then after that, the second technology which I recommend for my candidate, that is what the SDN, right? So you might have heard this particular name. It is software defined network. Please mute yourself in case if you are not participating here to talk. I would recommend, right? Thank you for that. And that is what the another technology which I was talking, it's a software defined network. So most of the SD-WAN components are based on this software defined network. So we'll learn about it. Almost we'll be spending 30 to 45 minutes onto this technology. As far as if I talk about this SDN as a technology, there might be possibility we can spend a day, we can spend 2 days onto this, but at least what is required for us to understand SD-WAN solution, on the basis of that, we will be learning around 30 to 45 minutes we'll be spending onto this SD-WAN, SDN solution, which is software defined network, right? And then there is third thing, as it is the expectations of you guys as well. That is what is cloud, right? So what is cloud? Along with the cloud, we will be looking at its infrastructure, so that you'll get to know, in case if we are hosting any of the SD-WAN solution component here in the cloud, you will get to know how exactly or where exactly in the infrastructure of the cloud that component is hosted. So this is what the three things which I always recommend to my candidates, that they need to understand this, right? And I'm not asking you that, okay, you go back and study somewhere and come back. No, I'll be explaining all this thing during the class itself. So my first session and my second session will compose of these two things, right? So my first and second, these two sessions will compose of these things. And very important part, which is optional as of now as a prerequisite, right? But I'll be explaining that there in the upcoming slides when we will be implementing SD-WAN solution. That is what zero trust. So you might have heard this terminology there, zero trust network. Have you heard this? The people, those they have done the security courses or they are right now working with the security skills, they might have heard about the zero trust network. Have you heard about it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
Can
approach.
somebody
Yes,
tell me
yes,
what
we have.
exactly it is?
So my understanding about zero touch implementation is
No,
no,
I'm not talking about zero touch. I'm
sorry.
talking about security principle, zero trust network.
Sorry, zero trust means no component in the network or any element in the network is not authenticated until and unless it proves by itself, saying that it was the integrated part of the network. It might be with an password, it can be maybe with certification authentication. Somewhat it has to prove its authenticity before it joins into the network. So no component trust any other component in the network until and unless it proves it.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that. And here, as a layman, I will say those they are not aware about the security terminology, for them, don't trust anybody, be it is internal resource or be it is external resource. Earlier, we used to have defined the boundary for the security. Okay, this is what the internal resources, this is the perimeter which we need to secure in. But nowadays, there is no boundary because users can work from anywhere. We have introduced cloud. Internet is what? Going broad and broad, right? So that's wherein the users can be from anywhere. So there is no boundary for any network. So we should not trust anybody, be it is internal resource or be it is external resource. So this is what the fourth thing, which is optional as a prerequisites, right? But we will talk about this when we will be implementing the solution. right? So this is what I consider it as a first module before we start with SD-WAN solution component. So my initial 2 classes will compose of this thing. Are we okay, guys?
I think,
So
ma'am, you
will
can
it,
mute other people because it's creating a lot of disturbance behind this.
we are keep on doing that. Thank you even though for that reminder, right? Okay. So now further, before, as I told you to start it, my first 2 classes will be basically onto this particular part, right? So I hope this is meeting your requirement or not. Guys, tell me yes or no.
Frankly, I was checking out if we talk about how we create localized policies, centralized policies, how we create templates, and how we create cloud on ramp approach, something about app aware routing. All these things will be covered in this session.
Yes, all these things will be covered and I'll come on to that part as well.
Okay.
Yes, but the way you have stated each and every topic, it will be covered.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Basically, I was looking for some advanced things. That's what I was.
Yes, sure. Right. So as I told you that this training is composed of basic as well as advanced part. So before even though jumping into the basic, there are prerequisites that initial 2 classes will be of that. And then we will be jumping to the first major topic, which is what SD-WAN solution components, right? And we will be talking about its overview of the solution, and then we will be digging deeper each component. And then we will be looking at how can we manage those components either by hosting them in the cloud or by hosting them into the enterprise network, right? So that's the subtopic of my first major topic. And then we will be jumping to the second topic, which is what second major topic, where we need to perform the deployment of SD-WAN. Right? While doing the deployment, we will be deploying all the controllers. We will be even though deploying the data plane, right? And deployment will include all the security features as well. It means what? We need to install the certificates onto those components. Right? So we will be using an open utility to install the certificate. That is what OpenSSL. And there might be possibility that in the organization, enterprise organization, they are using appropriate vendors like Symantec to deploy the certificate process. So it'll not be as an engineer or as a support person for the SD-WAN or as a consultant for the SD-WAN. It will not be your job, but still we will be learning it with the help of OpenSSL utility, that how can we deploy the certificates on the SD-WAN component. So that is another additional part, which will be doing it along with the second major module, which is network deployment, right? So this is the main, you can say that deployment over here. Along with this deployment, there is another method of doing the deployment, that is as a zero touch deployment by even though attaching the templates. So it means we are creating the automation part with the deployment as well. So as soon as you get to know, oh, there is an existing customer and that customer is looking to add on an additional branch. So for that particular branch, what we can do, we can perform the deployment as an what? Automated deployment through the template. And that process is known as an what? Zero touch deployment. So there is no engineer required to visit the site. Everything will be done automatically from the backend itself, from the controller itself. So we will be learning that process as well. Moving ahead, we'll be talking about what kind of routing is being performed there in the SD-WAN network. So when we talk about the routing, the main protocol is what? OMP, and we will be learning everything related to OMP. That what are the things required for it, how exactly it is establishing the tunnel, how exactly it is advertising the routes, how exactly it is redistributing the route, what kind of network segmentation can be created by OMP. Right, that's the advanced level of topic. So from here exactly we start the advance of SD-WAN. So we'll be digging it deeper. What is OMP? The way you have learned in the CCNA and CCNP about OSPF. Similar way we will be doing it OMP. the complete OMP information, right? And the other major topic as an advance, which almost a lot of people are looking in, those they are revisiting the course, that is what the policies, right? So the policies overview, its framework, how can we create the policies? Be it the policy is related to what the control, or be it the policy is related to data. There might be possibility those they are new, they are not aware about control policy and data policy. So I'll explain first what is control policy, what is data policy. We'll have at least two example of each while doing the implementation, right? At least two examples minimum, and labs will be available to you. You can do as many as you want it, right? But as a demonstration, I will be demonstrating at least two example of control policy. And when I say control policy, within the control policy, local as well as centralized, and the other type of policy, which is what data. For the data also, we'll be doing it what centralized as well as local data policy, right? And after that, in case if we would like to implement quality of service within the SD-WAN network, so we will be talking about that too. How can we implement quality of service as well? So if I tell you that in case if we need to implement quality of service for all the branches same, so we are doing it with the help of again policies. And we are using central control policy as well as central data policy to implement the quality of service. Then if we have all these components available on the SD-WAN, those they are not located at one location. Those they are located at different location. Maybe some of the products are located there in the Azure cloud. Some of the solutions are located there in the Google cloud. Some of the solution are located there in AWS cloud, or some of the solution is located locally in the customer office. How exactly we are going to monitor them? How exactly we are going to manage them? So we need to learn that too. So there is a dedicated management network available here, and we are calling that is what? VPN. We are calling that as what? VPN. So what is VPN as a terminology within the SD-WAN? So there is a terminology for VPN in the traditional network, and there is a terminology here in the SD-WAN VPN. So we need to learn what exactly is the VPN here in the SD-WAN, right? And how exactly we are creating a dedicated VPN to monitor the net, to monitor all these components. Are we okay, guys? So that's what is the curriculum. I hope now you get to know what we are covering here in this part. I hope it is clear, and I hope it is meeting your expectations. Tell me, guys.
Yes.
Okay. So anything else apart from this, which I said you are looking for? Yes, I'll be sharing this presentations with you guys. I'll be uploading them to your portal, and you can download it whenever you feel like it, or you can go through with it. Okay, perfect. So I got a lot of messages that it is clear to you, and I hope it is meeting your expectations as well. Anything which I have not mentioned it, if you would like to know that.
Yeah, I want to ask you, so like this SD-WAN solution is basically to have the route the traffic between the sites, right? But like all those sites has their own networking for like the internally, right? So how that will work? Are you going to be explain that too? Like how that internal network is propagating to the central network, or maybe the one side to another side, like the OSP of SD-WAN have the OSP of to route the traffic in between all the sites itself, but the site individual have the networking there, right? So how that's propagating, how they are syncing like the QoS, all those stuff to the central data center, kind of those.
Yes, we will be having the discussion for that too. We will be designing our topology in such a way that we have a site available, and within that site, let's take an example, we are running the OSPF protocol,
Yeah, so
right?
until now,
And
only
how
what
we
I
are
learned is
migrating that routes to the OMP.
yeah, sure.
Okay. So we will be learning that too. Is it okay, guys? We will be talking that too. Now, a very other important thing which I would like to inform you, and in fact, let me share my screen for that too with you, that is related to the certification. In case if you guys would like to, in case you guys would like to go for the certification program, right? So when we look at this, the exam code for this is,
The screen is not visible.
I'm sharing my screen. Thank
Okay.
you. I was finding the web page
Okay.
for it, right?
Sure. Sure.
Here is the web page, which is from the Cisco website. I hope it is visible now.
Yep.
Yes, yeah,
So
we can see the screen.
perfect. So when we look at the exam code of this SD-WAN, that is what 300,415. It's here, right? And when we look at the content of this exam, it is the same which we are going to learn. In case if somebody would like to visit, somebody would like to go through with the exam, so they are ready to go with the exam. So you can see that the first topic in the exam overview, that is what the architecture, second one is what controller deployment, and then the edge devices deployment. So we will be talking about the deployment, then we'll be talking about the policies, security, quality of service, management and operation, and multicasting too. The way you asked that, how we will be able to cope up with the traditional network, which is already implemented there in the branch office, how that local area network will be connected with the SD-WAN, how the LAN traffic will be migrated to the WAN as WAN is migrated from traditional network to SD-WAN. So we'll be talking about that too, right? So our entire training will be mapped to the Cisco certification, and the exam code is what? This is 300,415. So in case if anybody would like to visit for the exam at a later stage, right?
Yeah.
Are we okay, guys? So rest of the
Yes.
information, you'll be getting it here on the Cisco site for the exam. So I can share this link with you. Whenever you would like to map it, you can map it. That what are the things we are covering in the training? Is it mapping with the exam or not? Are we
So
okay?
do you recommend any book for this, or do you think like the official book should be enough?
See, I'll say official book will be enough. I'll be sharing the presentations. I'll be sharing a lot of notes during the class. Like whenever I'll be explaining anything, I'll be designing that there on the whiteboard. I'll ask you to take screen captures, even though that will be available there in the recording. And I will share a lot of links from the Cisco in case if you would like to go through with the additional knowledge or additional reading if you would like to do it, right? So I'll recommend that do it from the Cisco website itself.
And
I'll
we
give
will
you
get
all
the
those. I'll give you all those links.
we will get the PDF for this book too, or not?
Yes, in case if you are looking, you can get the PDF as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Any another expectations?
Hey Arvinder, would you recommend any particular book from the Cisco Press book or any book for this?
I will say that best is what, as far as if you are moving ahead from the CCNP, CCI to like these kind of programs, which is SD-WAN or SD access, the best part is what you go through with the Cisco blocks. or the
Okay.
link, those they are available on the Cisco sites, because all those
Sure.
links are updated.
Sure. Yep. And one more thing I wanted to ask. So, for how many hours you will be covering the classes during the weekend?
During the weekends, every day we will be having the class of approximate 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day at least 2 hours,
Okay.
11 to 1, right? And the classes will be on Saturday and Sunday. And when I talk about the complete course, the complete course will be approximate of 40 hours.
40 hours. Okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
you can
Thanks, Arvind.
calculate the total time period based on that.
Got it. Approximately 2 months, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Thanks, Arvinder.
Anything else, guys?
How many labs you will cover up on this SD-WAN session?
See, I'll be designing the topology and sharing it with you guys, right? And in case if you would like to have any modification into that topology, we can go ahead with it. Right. So let me stop sharing. I'll even though share the lab as well with you guys, that what is the current lab which I'm having for my recent batch. So you'll get to know what exactly is the lab part. As many of you are, you have already attended or already are the part of networking. So you might know that what lab we are using in, right? So let me share my screen with you so that you can see that what is the lab.
Hello,
Yes,
hello,
please.
ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
actually, you tell me, one of the basic and one is the deep dive, correct? So you will
One is basic and
one is the basic, and second you told that is a very deeply. So both are in the cover in the same batch or different batch.
no,
Basic is the
everything will be covered in the same batch. Everything will be covered in the
same batch.
40 hours of the program, basic as well as advanced portion of the SD-WAN.
Basic to advanced.
Basic to advanced, right?
Okay.
So this is the lab devices which we are using as a beginner, right? As a beginner, you can see that I'm having one particular data center. In that data center, I'm having all this controllers hosted and a management device. All these controllers are connected with a switch, and then there is a gateway available. After that, we have two emulated WAN or service providers. One is MPLS, another one is Biz Internet. It means business internet. When we say business internet, it means what? A dedicated internet available for enterprise network. It's not an open internet, which as an individual we are using. Then we have site 2, site 3, site 1, and site 4. So 4 sites, wherein 2 sites are connected with single service provider and single edge devices, right? And other 2 sites are connected with what? Dual V edges and dual service provider. So there are redundancy available as in what? The 4 links. First link, second link, third link, and fourth link. The same goes for the other side. So this is the beginner lab which I'm using in to demonstrate all the concepts like introduction, like deployment. And at a later stage, we are even though creating more number of branches, and we are creating the infrastructure which needs to be at the back of the branch. Like example, if it is a data center branch or it's an head office branch, so there'll be a lot of devices at the back end as well. So that will be an advanced level, the advanced lab, where we will be able to bring in the LAN traffic to the WAN, and from the WAN, it will go to the other site.
Hello. Yeah.
I hope it is answered.
Yeah, madam, funny here. So I believe we are taking the new Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN approach, right? Not the Victula approach, the terminologies or the technology names and all those things.
See, initially, in case if you would like to learn actually the SD-WAN concepts,
Okay.
so then in that case, you need to learn first of all Viptela technology or Viptela terminologies. Once we are done with it, then we will be introducing C edges. So initial C edges will be ASRs, and then we will be talking about how the catalyst is introduced.
Okay, sure. So my worry is like exam is approaching, like the approach in the exam is mostly they are completely removing the
Yes.
Viptela. They are only focusing on the catalyst stream.
Right, right. So you will not be able to understand catalyst until you will not be learning the Viptela principles. Right? So if I directly jump to the catalyst, it will be, whoa, this is a Cisco device and it is look like as a traditional network. So what is the difference between this and the other infrastructure? So that's wherein first you need to understand the Viptela one, right? So once you are completely familiar with the Viptela one, then I'll be introducing C edges, ASR, and then I'll be introducing other kind of C edges, those they are catalyst.
Yeah. So in this journey, I believe we will touch down the topics like how we have the SD-WAN dedicated software, how iOS XE became the software for both switching, routing, and SD-WAN device.
Right.
All these things.
Of course. All these things we'll be covering because we need to cover the complete journey of the SD-WAN.
Yeah, fine.
Right? Any
hello.
another expectation, guys?
Yeah. Are we gonna be touched on the security point of view, like the where we're gonna deploy the firewalls, like the behind the VAs or above the VAs?
Yes, yes, please. Somebody was saying something.
Yeah, somebody mute me. I was asking like, do you gonna be cover the firewall perspective as well, like the where we're gonna be deploy the firewall, like the behind the VAs or above the VAs or how that works, kind of those.
Yes, we can cover that too. Though it is not the part of, you can say that curriculum, but I'll let you know in a day that, okay, how exactly the enterprise network is there behind the VH or even though some of the components are there in the forward of the VH. So
Yeah,
in the
because
upstream
in the real
direction
life,
or in the other
yeah.
direction.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So the reason I'm asking, like, I mean, if once we learn this, if we go for the work, like, I mean, we need to understand where the firewall is deployed or how that's the configuration look like, kind of those things. So it should be helpful.
Right.
Thank
Even though I'll let you know what are the ports those needs to be open there in the firewall.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you.
Right. So that
Actually,
is
my
very important
requirement,
thing. Yes, please go ahead.
my requirement is to learn SP Silver Peak and work on it. So will this program will be helpful for me or this will be totally different?
See, if I tell you okay, let's talk about something else. When you would like to learn network, so why can't you learn Juniper network or HP network? Why are you learning CCNA?
Yeah, because that is a very famous one, no? Everywhere they are using
It's
Cisco.
a universal actually.
It is a universal. Perfect. Thank you for helping me out with that. It's a universal network, and the principle of network or concepts of network are being used by other vendors also in the same way. Only they have the difference is what? Their iOS is different. Right? Similar way, when we talk about the SD-WAN, the full SD-WAN is being deployed by Viptela solution. Right? Full SD-WAN is being deployed by Viptela solution. Other vendors, be it is Palo Alto, Fortinet, Silver Peak, they are not implementing the full SD-WAN network. They are implementing it partial SD-WAN network. So sometimes they are only having one management device, which is similar to vManager, and they don't have a dedicated routing device. They don't have a dedicated orchestrator device. Only one device is there, and they have started calling it what it is a SD-WAN, but it is partial SD-WAN. So when we come to the universal thing is what the Cisco SD-WAN. So once you understood the Cisco Viptela SD-WAN solution, it is easy for us, all of us, to cope up with other vendors as well. So concepts will remain same, iOS will change, and once the iOS will change, it means what? There will be slight difference in the commands. That's it.
Hi,
Okay.
let me ask one thing.
Yes, please.
In the SD-WAN, are you providing for the Python automation also in this course? Means that the configurations is just like the command, just like a graphical user interface, or through the command, or any programming language you are also implementing.
Okay, so let me tell you that when we will be implementing this network, we will be using what? We will be using graphical user interface as well as command line interface, right? So it means the way you were executing in the traditional network, the command to configure IP address, and then you are writing the IP address, and then after that, what you are doing? You are defining the subnet mask, and then after that, you are making changes to the interface. That interface should come up, and then after that you are saving that configuration. Similar way we will be doing it over here on this particular CLI. When we are talking about the programming languages, it means there are two programming languages are you can say that two tools are being used in the production environment. One is what? Python. They are creating this script in the Python, and then those scripts are being called by Ansible. Ansible is running a playbook, and that playbook will have all the scripts. They just need to press one button and everything will be implemented. But you will never get to know what exactly is implemented in the backend. So we will be learning what exactly in the backend, what exactly is being written there in the Python script. So we will be learning that in the here in the classroom, what we need to implement in CLI, what we need to implement in GUI, but we will not be learning Python as a programming language, will not be learning Ansible as a playbook, right? So for that, there are different courses available. The way Atul has showed you that they are the part of what? Automation.
Yeah, okay, I got it. And one more thing
You
that,
got it? Yes.
you'll provide the troubleshooting scenario also, right?
Yes, I'll be providing troubleshooting scenarios, a lot of troubleshooting scenarios, and I'll be giving you a lot of assignments. So let's take an example. I've given an assignment, and there are two candidates. X has completed it and Y hasn't completed it because Y candidate has stuck. So I'll ask him during the classroom itself, okay, open your lab. Let's discuss all this, that where exactly or what kind of troubleshooting we need to do it. So we will be discussing those troubleshooting scenario during the class as well. And I'll be discussing the troubleshooting scenario related to common troubleshooting as well.
The troubleshooting scenario, troubleshooting based on the script or command,
No,
or
manual troubleshooting with the commands, verification from the graphical user interface and verification from the command line interface. And then we will be implementing the solution of it.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Ravi, Shankar, yes, please.
So you said like this Victilla by Cisco SD-WAN as a complete one. But recently when I was actually focusing to learn this, I was seeing some expert videos and all those things. So what the traditional SDN concept that they say is that if your approach is an SDN or if you're going for an SD-WAN approach, your edges are something just like an IO boxes, should not consist of any control plane on it. But Viptela is not actually following the traditional SD-WAN principles. It is actually having a control plane running on it. Will have some protocols running on it. It will do the computation. The processor will still work in the edges. So it should be only a Ceph or a forwarding table that has to work in a traditional approach. But in the normal Viptela or SD-WAN approach, it's not how it is working. They still run the control plane traffic on the edges. So basically, this is not a complete SD-WAN solution. That's what they comment on this Viptela or SD-WAN solutions. So how much is that true, and how we should take that understanding?
I'll be showing that understanding to you by implementing the solution.
Okay.
Okay, so once we will implement the solution, you will be able to see what your edge devices are going to do. That's wherein I told you when we'll be talking about the SD-WAN journey. So initially we will start with Viptela solution. Then I'll jump to the C edges. Those they are manufactured by Cisco, and Cisco has allocated that solution inside the Viptela, right? Initially they have introduced the ASR routers, and then after that they are introduced the catalyst switches, right? So you'll get to know that what exactly is the differences between Viptela, then ASR, then Catalyst. So you'll get to know what are these devices and what they are processing. Either only the data plane or the control plane is also there. Or if the control plane is there, either they are utilizing that control plane to have the traffic forward or not. Okay, so you'll learn that by implementing it. But of course, it is the part of it.
Okay, fine.
Right? So I will not comment as of now onto that statement. I will ask you to learn the solution and then understand either that statement was correct or not.
And what
Hello,
about
ma'am.
the zero touch provisioning?
Yes, we'll talk about that too. I'll let
Yeah.
you know the benefit of it. I'll let you know what are the loopholes available in that zero touch.
Yeah, zero touch also,
Hello,
that
ma'am.
how the configuration, the initial configuration you will provide, right?
Right. I'll let you know that too. What is the initial configuration we need to give, that also I'll let you know.
Okay.
And
Hello,
in
ma'am.
ZTP, we do the basic configuration.
Yes, the ZTP is
Okay.
the basic configuration, and later on the advanced configuration will be pushed from the controller.
Yes.
Hello.
So
Yes,
basic
please.
configuration, basic 1 minute, sir. Hold on. Only one question. Basic configuration is required or not for ZTP?
See, if I say that we are implementing a solution from the virtual machine side, like example, my edge device is a virtual machine. Then while deploying that virtual machine, we will be implementing the
ZTP.
basic configuration or basic settings. But if it is a physical device which is placed there in customer environment, then there might be possibility we might ask to do that basic configuration to avoid security loopholes. If we are not providing that basic configuration, what will happen? Your device will be connected to the open network and it is prone to threats.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
So this is what the difference. We will be learning that when we'll be talking about it in depth.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, please.
Ma'am, will I get the lab access even after the completion of this course?
Yes, you will get, and as per my knowledge, you will get 3 months extension, and the rest you can discuss it with the team, networking team.
And ma'am, one more question. Is it possible to convert a traditional device into the SD-WAN solution?
Yes, it is possible. It is possible because as I told you that when we started, when we'll be talking about the SD-WAN journey, so initially ASR routers are being used. Their iOS will be different.
Thank
you. Yeah,
Right?
Arvinder.
Yes, please.
Yeah, Arvinder, can you explain what is the V edge, what is the siege, what is the difference, and which scenario we will use these devices?
Yes, of course, I'll let you know, but not today, in the upcoming class.
Okay.
As today time doesn't permit me to go into it. So in the upcoming class, I'll be giving you the overview of it. What are the components and how we are deploying it, where exactly we are deploying them.
Okay.
Okay.
I
1
have
minute.
Hello. Sorry
Yes,
for the
please.
interruption.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry
Go
for the
ahead.
interruption. Yeah, when the class will start, like what is the time, like weekend or weekdays? Like what is the timings?
It is weekend 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. IST.
Okay, so tomorrow we have class?
That will be informed by networking guys. Let me see
Okay.
who is there.
Okay. No problem. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. And one more thing, let's just if we complete this SD-WAN course, so we can handle the interview like FortiGate we have, like Palo Alto we have, and SD like Cisco, Meraki we have. So a lot of where we have using SD-WAN technologies. So can we crack interview in that areas if we learn this Cisco?
See, I'll tell you that immediately you will be able to crack the interview for SD-WAN, Cisco SD-WAN. But
Okay.
to crack other interviews, you need to have little information about those technology as well.
Okay. Okay.
Like example, how it is differentiating from Cisco Viptela SD-WAN solution to Cisco Meraki or to Palo Alto or to Fortinet. So you need to have little knowledge about that solution. But in case if you say that you are having good exposure on Cisco SD-WAN, and they will ask you the question related to Cisco SD-WAN, and I'm sure every candidate who's leaving my class will be able to crack the interview.
Yeah.
Only the
Okay.
thing is what you need to do hard work during the class.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Welcome.
Ma'am, I
Hello.
have a question.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, I'm joining late. That's why I'm asking one question. What is the prerequisite for SD-WAN course?
See, generally we say that basic knowledge of network. In case if you have done CCNA and CCNP routing, that will be good.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, that will be good. And in case if you haven't done CCNP, you can even though parallelly do that. And in case if you would like to go through with some vendor based security like Palo Alto and other things, you can even parallelly do that. And there is a roadmap available which was introduced initially by Atul today in the class itself. So he will be sharing that link with us now. So you
Okay,
can even
thank-
look at that roadmap as well.
Thank you.
Arvinder, is MPLS is one of the major prerequisites for SD-WAN?
No, it's not the prerequisite for the SD-WAN, right? But we are aware that our traditional WAN is made up of, or traditional WAN is implemented as an MPLS. So we should know that there is a MPLS network which is provided by the ISP. And with the help of that, we get a tunnel available from one side to another side. That's it. That information will be sufficient.
And one more thing, the customer site, it should be either Azure or AWS. That also you are providing the learning?
Yes, I'll let you know, because I'll let you know what is cloud and what is the cloud infrastructure.
Yeah, I mean, means in the cloud infrastructure, how to deploy the SD-WAN.
Devices, right?
Yeah. That also you will provide, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So can we then summarize it here itself?
1 minute, ma'am. You will
Yes.
explain only for cloud or on-prem, both, or only cloud?
Both on premises and on cloud, both.
Okay.
And
Ma'am,
on
one
premises,
more
physical infrastructure, on premises, virtual infrastructure, both.
Virtual infrastructure. Okay.
Right?
Ma'am, if
Yes,
I
please.
want to install the lab in my laptop, then what is the requirement of the RAM and the other specifications?
See, if I tell you that one device will take at least 4 GB of RAM, one device, right? So in case if you are having 3 controllers in your lab and at least 2 V-edges, so at least 5 devices plus your system performance, right? So you need to think about, you can calculate based on that,
Yes.
right?
Right.
So
Ma'am,
at least for one device, 4 GB.
ma'am, what is the course fee?
That you will be knowing it from networking guys, not from me. I'm sorry, I don't have knowledge for that. Anything else, guys? So shall I summarize it here?
Yes,
One
ma'am.
last
We
question.
will discuss in batch
What is the
also.
latest version of Palo Alto going on?
That they will let you know, right? I can only answer for
Sorry,
the SD-WAN.
for the SD-WAN, sorry.
So the latest we will be talking about the Catalyst one.
So, quick question regarding the certification. So, if we get the in-core and the one of the one you saw us the SD-WAN, so in that way we can get the CCNP certification?
No, at least you should have 3. 1 is core and 2 optional certificates.
Oh, so okay, so 1 core and then 2 of the concentration, including
Right.
the SD-WAN.
Right.
Got it. Sure.
Fine. So the rest of the information will be available on Cisco website. That is the best way to get the complete detail.
But the SD-WAN itself not going towards the IE level, right?
Right, right. So, Gaurav, sorry, Atul, are you there?
1 minute, ma'am. For SD-WAN, which book for the best of the Cisco?
I will say that you look at the Cisco website rather than looking at any book, because for the SD-WAN, the solution is very rapidly changing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll not recommend any book. I will keep on telling you. I'll keep on giving you the links to read it. Don't worry for that.
Yes, please share the link.
Right.
Can we do the lab in the networking portal itself?
Yes, you can. I just showed you the lab portal, right? You will be able to, and you will get the credentials for that portal.
Okay, sure.
Okay, right. So let me summarize it here itself. Anybody from networking?
Okay, you have to. Yeah.
Yes, Hina. Hina,
Okay.
you would like to say something? Okay. So I think so there is nothing. So what you guys can do, there is a contact detail available for the networking, right? And I'll share that detail with you guys just right away. It was available on my slides as well. So this is the contact number. Can you see the contact number? That is what 8150337300, right? So this is the contact number where you can connect, right? In case if you have any query related to fee, related to anything else, right? You can connect with them. And I would say best of luck for joining the class. Thank you, everybody. Let me summarize it here itself. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you in the class now.
Thank you.
Yes.
See you in the class.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. Thank you.